We believe in democracy in our country. Our country was the first democracy on planet Earth. It's the best democracy. And democracy is where everyday people band together for causes they believe in. We run the government, the people. It's we the people. And sometimes bad things happen. And we don't look the other way. We band together in the best traditions of American democracy and Illinois democracy and try and do things better and improve things and reform things. And that's what really we're going to do today. Something very tragic happened, and we don't want it to happen anymore. And we want to make sure we make reforms and improvements that protect lives. And that's what the bill is all about. It took a lot of effort by a lot of great people, and no one more than a dad who's here today. It's very, very important that we take care of our children. A long time ago, Carl Sandburg, a poet laureate of Illinois, said, "The birth of a baby is God's opinion that the world should go on."
Caitlin loved the schools, and Caitlin loved the people in them. A lot of these kids called my wife on my wife's not here today because she just couldn't deal with it. But a lot of these kids called my wife on Mother's Day just to say Happy Mother's Day to her, which was phenomenal. She was a wonderful kid. I loved her. She loved her martial arts people who were back there. She loved all these kids, her park friends, our neighbors. She loved Marge Lorino. She used to go around our neighborhood and count how many signs were up for Marge and come back and tell me which houses didn't have a Marge sign in front of it. So, and of course, John D'Amico. And she followed the governor, the attorney general. Mr. Nybo, unfortunately, she didn't probably know about because he didn't get in until later. And, you know, as far as the rest of it goes, you know, it broke my heart. She's gone. Her brother, it's, you know, a little difficult for him because of the autism. And that basically, you know, all I can say is I loved her. She was a wonderful kid, and these are all wonderful kids, and I'm thankful to the governor and everybody else for doing this. So thank you.
My son has an allergy himself. He's allergic to tree nuts. And Mr. Carlson, thank you for your involvement. I see you here. I was a soon-to-be legislator about to take office and trying to figure out what I would want to make a priority down in Springfield when I was sworn in. And that tragedy occurred, and you know, I saw what happened, and I thought, well, maybe there's something that we can do to address this situation. And the other person that I'd like to thank is my wife. It was actually her idea. And you make a lot of sacrifices to be involved in this business, and your family goes through a lot. But she suggested this would be a good bill. We worked on it. And I got to tell you, it's a moment like this, and it's a bill like this, and it's the support from the community like this, and with the governor and the attorney general. It's a bill like this and an opportunity like this that makes all the pain and all the difficulty and all the work worthwhile. You know, this is a great result that we're accomplishing today. I'm just so delighted and honored to have been part of the process, and I just want to thank everybody, and in particular my wife, if she's listening out there. Thank you.
All right, well done.
You know, we all come together recognizing the horrible loss that the Carlson family faced, but we also come together to ensure that out of that tragedy, other children and other parents hopefully will be saved in these circumstances. And so as a parent, you know, every day there's difficulty, every day there's stress, every day when we send our children out of the house, you know, we know that there's the possibility of confronting unimaginable tragedy. But to know that every single day your child could become deathly ill because of contact with something as simple as a peanut really just adds to the level of stress that parents already have to contend with. And so in the aftermath of Caitlin's death, and with many parents reaching out to my office, including Jorge Ramirez with the Chicago Federation of Labor, including Representative Nybo, who was one of the sponsors of the bill in the House, and literally hundreds of others, we said there's common sense things that we can do to ensure that we are protecting our children every time possible. And so what this bill does is it essentially allows schools to have on hand what are known as epi-pens. And if a child goes into anaphylactic shock, the administration of this epi-pen will give emergency personnel the time to get to the child and save their life. Far too often there are circumstances with the growing number of children who have severe and life-threatening allergies where they have yet to be diagnosed. In fact, 25% of children are likely to experience their first allergic reaction at school, undiagnosed. And so we need to have these EpiPens available for school personnel to administer to ensure that that allergic reaction is not one that becomes a loss of a life. So this bill will allow schools to have EpiPens available. It will allow the administration of EpiPens to children who may forget their EpiPen and to children, again, who go into anaphylactic shock, and it is believed that that is the best thing to do for them. And so I'm very, very happy that the governor will be signing this bill into law, because I believe that this law will give parents better peace of mind, and it will give schools the ability to act in dangerous and life-threatening situations to better protect our children. So I want to thank everybody, all the advocates as well, and the medical personnel that are in this room that came together to make Illinois one of the first states, and now it's only still a handful of states that are going to have such laws on the books. Thank you.